Hello, and welcome back to Crime Mystery Mayhem. Now, this is part two from part one of Skylar Niece, a murder amongst friends. Now, in part one video, my lighting was acting all weird and everything. So, and then not just that, I forgot to charge my camcorder and it died on me. So I just picked the phone up and made it do what it do. But carrying on from part one. So every day Sheila will come over, to help Skylar's dad, search for her. Even though she's the reason why come his daughter is missing in the first place. She'll go over there and lay around in Skylar's bed and cry on her pillow, pretending like she had no idea where this baby girl was. And of course, because Skylar's parents were such good parents, they loved these little girls so much to the point where they didn't suspect anything. As a matter of fact, sources say that the sheriffs was on um, freaking Sheila's and Rachel's back so much to the point where Skylar's dad was like, "Leave them alone. Those are my daughter's friends. How dare you accuse them of such things?" So he was even defending these girls. So imagine when all things hit the fan, when he find out that these girls were behind his daughter's murder. Oh my goodness. So, and one thing I wanted to say about that is I hope he does not beat himself up about it because it's not his fault. He could never know that these girls would go to this extent of harming his daughter. So she's over there every single day, just putting up flyers and acting like she really cares about the disappearance of Skylar. So her and Rachel, they will get together, get on their Twitter and their social media accounts and post all these pictures. And sources even say that the kids at their school just stopped being bothered with Rachel and Sheila because it was rumors around the school that they was been planning, like I was saying before, like they was been planning her murder, stating that oh they really wanted to get rid of her and whatnot. And instead of getting rid of her through murder, why not just not hang out with her? Like if that's the case, like why does it have to go to the extent of taking one's life? Yeah. So, yeah, there was all types of kids who did lots of interviews with the police stating that they overheard Sheila and Rachel having multiple conversations about them not liking Skylar. So, and how they wanted to get her out of their friend group and just make it just the two of them. So, yeah, it was like all this stuff and all this evidence started coming along. And then the more that the detectives will question Sheila and Rachel, Rachel will begin to break because out of the whole three of them, Skylar was, teacher's pet. She was a good girl, came from a good background, great parents. Sheila, she didn't have all of that. She had parents, but they wasn't as attentive to her in the love department, in affection, and giving her what she wanted, just like Skylar's parents was. So Sheila, she was kind of like the rebel of the group, I guess you would say. Like she was the one who would sit back and just be like, "Listen, let's smoke weed," or let's do this, like maybe jump off a bridge or something. But she was the leader, and Skylar was more like the follower. And yeah, of course, like sources even say that, like, I don't even think for one bit that Rachel even cared like about Skylar's and Sheila's relationship, friendship that they had previous to her even knowing them. Like she was probably just going along with it the whole time. Like, yeah, let's just get her out of the group. But yeah, so moving forward, so as time go by, Rachel and Sheila, they're consistently posting these pictures on their social media accounts, acting like They don't have a care in the world that their friend is missing. So all the kids at their school, they automatically start to think that these things are strange, which they are. So now, in the meantime, in between time, while the sheriff is getting in contact with Rachel, she begins to crack and she begins to fold to the point where her story starts to change. Sheila, she's just like, oh, nonchalant about it. Like, story never changes. Like, it didn't even bother her. She's able to consistently tell the same story over and over to the detectives without busting a sweat. But Rachel, it's like her story starts to change each and every visit from the detectives. So eventually, one day, Rachel's at home with her mom and dad and she attacks them. She begins to fight them. She gives her mom and dad black eyes to the point where the mom has to call and have her daughter arrested. So from there, they have her evaluated to find out where did this mental break come from. And then she just opens her mouth and sings and tells about the evil night between her and her other friends. So now the mom, she calls and immediately gets her daughter a lawyer. And good job, mom. I know how hard it must be to have to, force your child to turn themselves in, but at the end of the day, it's not right. It's not right for anyone's child to commit murder. The murderers that we have in today are Hannibal Lecters and stuff like that or whatever. Those are someone's kids. So good thing we didn't let them people get off, right? So she tells her story, but not right in and there does the police go and arrest Sheila. They wait for a while because they want to get this evidence against her. They want to get enough to be able to hold it in court. So, you know, after Rachel tells the police where Skylar's dead body is, they don't even tell the nieces, Skylar's mom and dad, about anything, about their suspicions or about the story that Rachel told them. They're just like, well, we found your daughter's body and everything. And of course, the mom and dad are sad. But eventually they start to suspect that Sheila and Rachel does know more than what they say because all of the pictures that they're putting on social media, like as if they had not a care in the world, what happened to their daughter. So yeah, the nieces started putting like subliminal messaging on their social media saying, basically karma is gonna come and get you, and what goes around comes around, which is true. So yeah, eventually Rachel, she yeah, like I said, she couldn't give in. She gave in, and she eventually she ratted out Sheila, and then the police came at her with a search warrant for her to search her vehicle. And then, as they searched her vehicle, they found Skylar's DNA in the trunk of her car, as well as in the back seat where Skylar was sitting at. Like, I don't understand. Like, if y'all didn't want to hang out with this girl anymore, or if y'all was afraid that she was gonna tell y'all a secret, that y'all was being intimate with each other, why not just not be friends with her? But instead, they take it amongst themselves and decide to mastermind up a murder, and they've been planning this for months. And after everything is done and over with, now Rachel wants to have a mental breakdown. No, y'all, all three of y'all were very smart girls, smart enough to, especially to fake mental breakdowns after the fact, after you know that eventually you're gonna get caught. So yeah, the police, they arrest Sheila, and Sheila doesn't deny it. As a matter of fact, in a lot of her pictures and her mugshots, she's like smiling and got this little evil, little creepy baby doll look on her face, like she's proud about what she did. Like, Rachel apologizes to the nieces about what they did to their daughter, but they don't want to hear that. The father's just like, take your apology and just sit on it. Like, the love is gone. That bridge is burnt to ash and blew away in the wind. And Sheila, even though they took Sheila in first, she didn't have an apology. She didn't have anything to say. She was just like smirked out, like, whatever, it happened. So Yeah, that's the mystery to me. Why do people do what they do? Like what can drive you? Like is it a whole nature versus nurture versus nature? I'm sorry. Getting kind of tongue twisted. But yeah, I'm recording this video kind of late. It's actually at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been busy all week, so that's why it's been kind of hard for me to upload these videos every Thursday, as I said I would. But just bear with me, and I'm just going to be uploading random videos until I can get back on track. So, with that being said, thank you for tuning in. And again, thank you to all my returning subscribers. Y'all are really making, like, when I first started this channel, I really didn't think that I would get views. I didn't think that. I just felt like, I wanted to start another hobby, something that makes me happy. And I think everyone should start a YouTube channel. I think everyone has something to offer to humanity. We're all born with crowns. We're all born important. And we're all born with something important to say. What you have to say might not be as, sparkly or glittery as the next person's, but so what? Some people like things with non-glitter on them. Doesn't mean that either or is better than the other. All of our light shines differently, because if it didn't, we'll all look the same, we'll act the same, we'll think the same. And that's not what I think, our purpose in life is. I think our purpose in life is to be ourselves and shine bright like our own diamond. Yeah. Now, with that being said, thank you for tuning in to Crime, Mystery, and Mayhem. Until next time, have an awesome day.
City High's leading lady, Rachel Show, is not able to keep up the act anymore. 6 months after the disappearance of Skylar Neese, Rachel's abandoning the role of heartbroken best friend and going from a psych ward straight into the interrogation hot seat.
She was nervous. She was shaking.
She's finally about to come clean to police about what really happened to her 16-year-old BFF. It was a plot twist no one saw coming.
The first words out of her mouth were, "We stabbed her."
This was something totally different from what you expected.
It took us a minute to kind of settle down. Okay, what do you mean? You stabbed her?
Rachel tells Corporal Ronnie Gaskins she and Sheila began plotting to kill Skylar months earlier during science class.
They were joking how they would dispose of a body. Then it got more sinister. We need to figure out how we're going to kill her. They don't know how to use guns, so they would use knives to stab her.
Rachel wanted Skylar dead now because, get this, she was about to leave for church camp. So one midsummer's night, she and Sheila gather some critical tools: a shovel, paper towels, bleach, wipes, a change of clothes, and kitchen knives. And they arrange to meet with Skylar. Remember this grainy surveillance video? Police couldn't make out the car. Turns out it had been Sheila's all along. 12:30, they arrive at Skylar's house, the knives hidden in their hoodies. 5 minutes later, Skylar emerges. They drive out of Star City, past Blacksville, and across state lines to Pennsylvania, and into the woods of a town called Brave, where Skylar is about to face the fight of her young life. And they're driving on this road that we're on right now.
Yes.
And Skylar's in the backseat having no idea what's about to happen.
She has no clue.
Gaskins takes me back to the murder scene.
Man, this is dark and creepy. I mean, just imagine these girls are out here after midnight.
And recounts what Rachel confessed.
All three girls exited the car, and they walked down this road.
The girls find a grassy area to sit and smoke marijuana. Skylar gets up and starts walking back to the car to get a lighter. That's when they execute their secret plan. Sheila and Rachel get up behind her and count. 1, 2, 3. She's a killer nobody would have suspected. The fresh-faced high school senior, Sheila Eddy, smirking in her first court appearance. After months of secrecy, the truth is revealed. Skylar Niece's best friends, Rachel and Sheila, were actually her worst enemies. The shocking news, they had lured her into the woods and brutally stabbed her to death.
The search for Skylar Niece is over.
Rachel confessed.
2 teenagers implicated
For stabbing a third friend to death.
Many of Skylar's friends hear about it at school.
It devastated me. I actually had to get up and leave class. If you don't want to be friends with someone anymore, you just delete them on Facebook. Like, you don't go and get rid of them.
Kelly Kearns has known one of the killers, Rachel, since the day she was born, considering her like a daughter.
Well, someone tried to tell me that they stabbed them. No way in heck.
You couldn't believe that was your Rachel.
You can't tell me these girls stabbed her. And it wasn't until I opened the paper when I saw guilty and her picture.
The pictures.
Today, looking at the photograph of Rachel, taken just hours after she murdered her friend, Kelly is floored by that smiling face.
What strikes me about this picture is I don't see anything on her face that reflects what she did.
They say they just didn't like her anymore, which is typical of teens, but teens typically don't kill each other when they fall out of like.
I think it was because Skylar knew stuff about him that they didn't want out.
Stuff, he says, that was hidden in Skylar's diary, where he says she wrote about a sexual relationship between Sheila and Rachel, which she witnessed at a sleepover at Rachel's house. Daily Mary and Jeff Fuller describe the incident in intimate detail in the new book they've written called Pretty Little Killers.
Sheila and Rachel became involved sexually, it appears. Skylar was forced to watch because she knew if she left the bedroom, they had all been drinking and they'd all be in trouble.
Several weeks after the sleepover, Skylar tweets, "I tell the whole school all the I have on everyone," which is a lot. Hashtag, if I could get away with it. Then, 1 month before she is murdered, there is another tweet from Skylar. "Just know, I know."
Rachel and Sheila had formed some type of a sex relationship that they believed Skylar knew about it and would ultimately tell everyone.
But the nieces say that Skylar never would have acted on the veiled threats.
She had a lot of gay and lesbian friends that didn't bother her. Now, she didn't care if you were pink, purple, yellow. That was just Skylar.
Why do you think they killed her?
For the thrill of it, to see if they could get away with it. I feel that they had a strong dislike for Skylar, so it's fitting they stabbed her in the back.
A year and a half after the murder, Rachel faces justice. She pleads guilty to second-degree murder, a lesser charge based on her cooperation. Finally, in court, she directly addresses the Niece family.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if there's a proper way to make this apology, because there are not even words to describe the guilt and remorse that I feel each day for what I've done. The person that did that was not the real me, not the person I am, not what I'm made of, and not what I believe in.
Rachel's mom weeps as she listens.
Again, I'm so sorry, and I pray each day for everyone involved, and I pray each day for forgiveness.
She can take her apologies and everything else and sit on it because that's about what you're worth to me and my wife. She has done nothing but make our lives a living hell since this day one.
She was crying, she was emotional. You didn't think that was remorse?
To me, that was her final act in front of an audience. She's the